Hello everyone. Today we'll be building voice recognition app with visualizer. So what we'll do, the stack we'll be using for this is HTML, CSS and JavaScript, right? So let's start writing the code. Initially what I'll do, I'll just create the HTML file. I'll also create CSS file and name this style.css, right? So let me go to index.html. Let me create the very basic HTML template. I'll just change the title to voice recognition app with visualizer, right? So I'll just copy the same thing. Next, let's link the style sheet and also give the path and name style.css. Next, let's start writing the HTML code, right? Initially what I'll do, I'll just make use of the div tag. This is going to be the parent div. So I'll just give the class name container. Also, let me make use of h1. I'll give here, I'll just delete app with. This will be voice recognition visualizer, right? So here I'll just make the R caps. Okay. Then I'll just make use of a single button and name this button start. So whenever we click on this button, start button, right? So visualizer has to show. I mean, we need to talk and the text will appear just below the visualizer. Whatever the audio input we give, that will be shown in the form of text just below the visualizer, right? And also the visualizer has to react to it. So these things will be building in this project. So I'll just give ID start button. Next, let me make use of one more div of ID. I'll give visualizer, right? So I'll not give anything inside the div. Let me make use of paragraph tag of ID. I'll just give transcript. So this is it for the HTML. Let me format the document once. So next, let's start writing the CSS. I want to make use of the Poppins font. So what I'll do, I'll just open the Chrome. Let's wait for some time. I'll search for, give me a second. Let me search. So click on the first link. Get font, get embed code. Also import here. I'll just copy this one, right? Copy this one and paste it over here. I'll make use of the universal selector. I'll just give margin 0, padding 0, also box sizing, border box. Next, let's style for the body. So I'll just make use of the font family. I'll just go here. I'll just copy this one, right? I'll close the Chrome and paste it over here. The primary font we are making use of in this project is Poppins, and the secondary font, if anything goes wrong, we'll make use of sans serif. So background, I'll just give linear gradient. In this project, I'll just give to bottom black as well as the white. So color, let me make use of white, display, flex, justify content, center, align item, center, height, 100 view height, width, 100 view width, And finally, overflow hidden. So this is it for the body. Next, let's style for the container, right? I'll just go to index.html and I'll copy this one. Let me paste it over here. So let me give text align, center, position, absolute, top, 50%, left also, I'll just give 50%, transform, let me make use of translate, minus 50% and minus 50%, right? And then I'll just give width of 80%. Next, let's style for the H1. I'll just go here. I'll copy this one, H1. Let me paste it over here. Let's give margin bottom of 20 pixel, font size of 3 rem. Next, let me give background of linear gradient. Let me choose 135 degree, 8E, 44 AD. Also, color white will give. Next, let's give the color neon red, right? So basically we are making use of purple, white and neon red here. So next, let me give color white. I'll make use of WebKit, background clip I need. I'll just type for background clip. So I'll just give text, background clip. I'll give text again. Again, let me make use of WebKit, text, fill, color, and give transparent, right? So this is it for the H1. Next, let's style for the button. So I'll just go here. I'll copy this one, button, and I'll paste it over here. Next, I'll just make use of the background, color black, border. We don't need any border. I'll just give none. Padding of 10 pixels and 20 pixels horizontally and vertically. Font size of, I'll just make use of 2 rem. Color, I'll give white. Cursor, pointer, transition, background, 0.3 seconds, border radius of 5 pixel, right? This is it for the button, and we'll be styling for the button on hover. So I'll just give hover here. Let me give background black. Next, let's style for the visualizer, right? So I'll just come here and copy the visualizer. So inside the div, we have given the ID visualizer, and just copy this one and paste it over here. So I'll give width of 50%, height of 400 pixels, background linear gradient. I'll just make use of to bottom. Let me give black and white colors, right? So next, let me give margin 20 pixel auto, then border radius of 5 pixel, overflow hidden, also display flex, justify content, space between. Next, let's style for the div inside the visualizer ID, right? So I'll just give visualizer div. So let me give height of 100%, display inline block, vertical align. Let me give bottom, also transition, height 0.1 seconds. Let me make use of is in out. Also background of linear gradient to bottom. Let me make use of, just give me a second, I'll just copy these colors. So I'll paste it over here. Also let me include black right here, along with purple, white and neon red. I'll just include black as well. So after this is it for the div. Next, let's style for the transcript. So I'll just copy this one, transcript. Let me paste it over here. Font size, let me give 2 rem. Color, I'll give black. So this is it for the CSS. Let me format this document once. Also, let's make this responsive on all devices. For that purpose, I'll just make use of the media queries. Media max width of 600 pixel. Let me style for the H1. I'll just give, font size 1.5 rem. Next, let's style for the button. Let me give font size of 0.9 rem. Padding of 8 pixel and 16 pixel. Next, let's style for the transcript. Let me give font size of 1 rem, right? This is it basically. I'll just format this document once. What I have done is, I have installed an extension called Live Server. Give me a second. This is the one. What it does is, whenever we make changes in the HTML file, right? So the changes will get directly reflected in the browser, so that we don't have to reload the page again and again to see the changes. So this will be very helpful. I'll just right click and click on open with Live Server. Let's wait for some time. So yeah, this is looking like this. What we'll do with the help of the JavaScript, we'll be displaying the visualizer. Also, on the, while we give start, right, the visualizer has to get displayed. It has to perform the animation. Also, the whatever audio input we give, that will be displayed as a text just below this container, visualizer container. So these things we'll be doing with the help of JavaScript. So I'll just create the JavaScript file and name this one index.js. I'll place the JavaScript file just below the closing of the body tag, right? I'll just give src index.js. So I'll just move this one to the right. Let's start writing the JavaScript file. So first what I'll do, we have to get the references to the start button, visualizer element, also the transcript, paragraph, these three things, right? For that one, I'll just make use of the variable name start button. Let me give document dot get element by id start button. Also, I'll just copy the same thing. Let me do one thing. Just copy twice. Let me change the variable name to visualizer, right? So where is this start button coming from? Basically here, right? This one I have given here, start button. So visualizer get element by id of visualizer, right? Where is this visualizer coming from? This one. I'll just copy this one. I'll paste it over here, right? Let me paste it over here. And here I'll just change this one to transcript, right? So I'll just change this one to where the transcript is coming from. So this one, id of transcript, we have given within the paragraph tag. I'll just copy this one and I'll paste it over here. So we have got the references to the start button, visualizer element, also the transcript, paragraph. These things we have done. Next, what we'll do, we'll set the number of bars and colors for the visualizer. So we have to display the visualizer, right below the button. For that one, we have to set the number of bars as well as the colors for the for the visualizer. So I'll just comment this one and write set the number of bars and colors for the visualizer, right? Let me make use of the variable name bars and give 50. And also let me make use of the variable name colors and let me make use of purple, black, white and neon red, right? Somewhere in this one I have made use of. I'll just copy the same thing. Just copy these four things and I'll paste it over. Let me do one thing. Yeah, I'll just paste it over here. Next, let me give double inverted comma correctly, right, to each color within the array. So here as well. So finally for this one as well. Now this looks fine. So next what we'll do, we'll create the visualizer bars based on the number specified. So I'll write create visualizer bars based on the number specified. For this, I'll just make use of the for loop. Let I equals 0, I less than bars, I plus plus. Next, let me make use of the variable name bar and let me give document. What we'll be doing, we'll be making use of create element and we'll be creating div, right? So next, I'll make use of style. We'll be setting the width to, I'll just make use of the template literals. So this is 100 bars. Just give the percentage symbol as well, right? Next, let me give style. Let's set the background color. Let me come here. I'll just give colors module length of the colors, right? Colors dot length. Finally, what we'll do, we'll append the bar to the visualizer. We have to append the bar to the visualizer, right? So for that one, I'll give visualizer. I'll just make use of the append child bar. So what we have done here, basically, we created the visualizer bars based on the numbers that are specified, right? That we did. Next, what we'll do, we'll initialize audio CTX, analyzer, microphone, as well as the JavaScript node. So let me make use of the let audio CTX, analyzer, microphone, JavaScript node. These things I have initialized, and also let me give the variable name is speaking, and initially I'll set this one to false. So basically what we are doing, if we are giving the audio input, right? So then initially we are not giving anything. Initially it has to be set false. So for this purpose, I'll just initialize is speaking to the value false, boolean value false. Next up is we'll write the function to set up the audio context as well as the related nodes, right? I'll just comment this one and write for the reference function to set up the audio context and related nodes. I'll make use of the function name setup context, not setup context basically. It's setup audio context. Give me a second. So I'll just give audio CTX. We have already initialized this one. Make use of window audio context. I'll make use of, or window WebKit audio context. Will be making use of WebKit audio context. So next, what I'll do, I'll set the analyzer to audio CTX, create analyzer, right? This we are making use of create analyzer function. Then analyzer F50 size, we'll set this one to 256. Analyzer smoothing time constant, we'll set this one to, let me set this to 0.8. Also JavaScript node equals, let's set this one to audio CTX, create script processor. We have to give, I'll just type create. It's not showing the option, right? Yeah, create script processor. I'll just give 2048 1 and 1. So this is it. What we have done, we have written the function to set up the audio context as well as the related nodes, and related nodes you can say. And next, what we'll do, we'll write the function to start updating the visualizers based on the what audio input we give, right? So based on the audio input, we'll start updating the visualizer. For that one, we'll be writing the function. So I'll just write function to start updating the visualizer based on audio input. I'll just make use of start visualizer function name. Next, what I'll do, I'll just make use of the variable name data array. Just set this one to net array of analyzer frequency bin count. Next, inside this, we'll write the update visualizer function. So I'll just make use of the const, give the function name update visualizer. So inside this, I'll just make use of analyzer get byte frequency data of data array, right? This one. We're just calling this one here, making use of this one, data array. And let me make use of the variable name bars, and I'll set this one to visualizer dot children. Next, let's make use of the for loop. I'll just give equal 0, I less than length of the bars, increment I. Next, let's set the height. I'll just make use of the variable name height, and let me give the formula. So this should be data array, right? Give me a second. So I'll just make this one capital A. Did I use somewhere? Yeah, this one has to be capital A. And just correct the spelling. Data array of I by 255 into 100. Finally, let me make use of bars of I, and we are setting the height, right? Height, and just make use of template literals. Let me give height here. Next, let's I'll just make use of the if condition. If we are speaking, will be displaying the animation. Nothing but will be displaying the animation by making use of the update visualizer function, right? So for that one, what I'll do, I'll just make use of the if condition first. I'll just give is speaking request animation frame request give me a second, request animation frame of update visualizer. So you know that update visualizer, this one, the function. I'm just calling here. So this is it. Finally, we'll call the update visualizer function here. So this is it for the function start visualizer. Next, what we'll do, we'll write the function for, we'll write the function to start speech recognition as well as to update the transcript, right? I'll just comment this one. This is function to start speech recognition and update transcript, right? So I'll just make use of the variable name, function name, speech recognition. Initially, what I'll do, I'll just make use of the variable name recognition I'll just give the make use of the new keyword window dot we'll be making use of the speech recognition, right? I'll just give speech recognition or window WebKit speech. I'll just copy this one itself, right? Just copy this one and paste it over here, speech recognition. Just give me a second. Yeah. Next, what I'll do, let's make use of the recognition. I'll just give continuous. I'll just set this one to true, boolean value true. Next, again, I'll just consider recognition. I'll just give interim results. I'll just set this one to true. Finally, let's set the language. Initially, I'll just set this one to, let me set this one to US. So you can set this one to English India as well. I did try, but what happened is certain words were not getting recognized. So I'll just give US itself. So then I'll just give recognition. On start. Next, what I'll do, let me set is speaking to the boolean value true. Let's call the start visualizer function. So yeah. Next, we have written for recognition on start. We have to write for the on end as well, right? I'll just give recognition and just make use of on end. So here I'll just give small s itself. On end function. So I'll just set is speaking to false, right? So this is it. Next, what I'll do, give me a second. Let me give a recognition on result. I'll just pass the parameter event. Here, let me make use of interim transcript. I'll just set this one to empty string. Also, let me make use of the variable name final transcript. I'll just set this one to these both to empty string initially. Next, I'll just make use of the for loop. Just set the I to dot result index I less than event. Let me make use of the results length. Also, I'll just increment the right. Let me make use of the if condition. If event results, iterated value of the results. If it's final, then they'll set the final transcript equals final transcript plus event dot results I and 0 now of the transcript. Next, will set the text content of the transcript to either final transcript or interim transcript, right? Finally, we'll give recognition dot start function. So finally, we'll add the event listener for the start button. For what purpose we'll be adding the event listener for the start button? To begin the audio processing as well as the recognition, right? So I'll just comment this one and write make give event listener for the start button to begin audio processing and recognition. Let me give start button, add event listener, click, let me give setup audio context. Next, let me make use of if condition navigator dot let me make use of the media devices, right? So and get user media. Within that, I'll just set the audio to Boolean value true, right? Just give me a second. I just did something wrong here. If, oh, sorry. Sorry. If this is basically, we are making use of the if condition, right? If navigator.media devices get user media. So then inside we have to write, so sorry. I'll just make use of the navigator dot media devices gets user media. I'll just set the audio inside this one to the Boolean value true. Let me make use of, then I'll just give stream. Next, microphone. I'll give audio CTX. Create a media stream source I want to make use of. So I'll just give create media stream source of, I'll just give stream, right? Next, let me make use of the microphone. Let's connect the microphone. So I'll just give Microsoft.connect of analyzer dot connect of JavaScript node. Finally, I'll make use of the JavaScript node. Will connect. What will connect? The CTX. I'll just give destination. Next, let's call the start recognition function, right? I'll just give you a start recognition function. Next, what I'll do, I'll just give catch this one just to catch the error, right? So I'll just make use of the console log. I'll just give, you can give anything, but I'll give the simple error message saying the following GUM error occurred, right? Along with the error message. What I'll do, I'll just make use of, along with the error message, I'll just give error. So next, so else I'll display the error message, error message saying get user media not supported on your browser, right? This is it basically for the JavaScript. Let me format the document once. So let's check now. Let me open the browser. So this is looking like this. Let me give the audio input. Let me click on the start button first. So it will ask us to use your microphone. I'll just give along every visit. So let me click on the start. Hello? Hello? So this is not working, and let's check what's wrong basically. So let's see what are all the mistakes that I have done. Basically, these are typos. So I'll just come to line number 34, right? So here, give me a second. Here, this has to be, capital F, frequency, capital D also. Here, array, A has to be capital, right? Data array. So this one, next, will come to line number 52. Here, the recognition dot interim results we have given. R has to be capital here as well. Also, next, let's come to 64 and 65. This one, here we have given on result capital R, right? This one has to be small r. Also, again, the typo, this has to be inter IM transcript, not inter IMR transcript, right? After this one, we'll come to line number 70. I'll just copy one line. Please do copy this one. Like I have just given else with if interim transcript. We are adding interim transcript plus event dot results of if0 dot transcript. So this one. Basically add this line as well. Finally, come to the line number, this one, 74. Here there is a typo. This is showing basically, this has to be IM transcript, right? These are all some of the typos that I have done. Correct this one. Also, come to style.css. I had just given transcript basically. I had missed T, right? So I'll just format this document once as well. So now, give me a second. So one more mistake that I have done is, so come here, while styling the H1, I have spelled the WebKit wrong, right? I have given double B. Basically, I'll just take off one B. So just delete one B. So I'll just format this document once. Now, this is looking like this, right? Basically, let's check once. So I'll just click on the start button. Welcome to Code with Bharadwaj YouTube channel. Please like, comment, share and subscribe so that I get motivated to do more videos. So this is working completely fine, right? So yeah, this is it. Thanks for watching, guys.